Weber alluded to this. We'd be derelict in our duties if we didn't question the funding. We're $22 trillion in debt. We do this in our businesses. We do this in our budgets. We do, any responsible elected official should be doing this. Three specific topics that we've discussed today is management and spending challenges within the EERE. These include the upward trend in carryover balances, staffing levels, and the revision of a fiscal year 2018 funding opportunity announcement. Can you describe the actions EERE has taken since your confirmation to address on a macro level each of these issues?
In terms of carryover, one of the we have carried over a consistently about, if you were to so in FY 2020, we carried over about 35% of our prior year funding to FY 2020. In FY 2016, which is the previous administration, they carried over 35%. To FY 17, they carried over 37%. Like, we are roughly in line. And the reason for that is it takes a while to go through the entire FOA process. We are trying to be good stewards of taxpayer dollars. When Congress does not appropriate final year appropriations till later in the fiscal year, it takes a while to get those funding announcements out the door. It then takes at least 9 months before we can make selections. So that's a part of the challenge. It is the process. In terms of staffing, I will state that staffing is a harder challenge than I thought that it was a year ago. And we are continuing to take actions, working with human capital to make sure, to the best of our ability, that the people that work on EERE positions in human capital are given the resources that they need to be able to get those jobs posted. There's over 70 positions that are currently in process, as in have been signed. There's no more approvals in terms of the building that needs to happen for these 70 positions, where it is 17 offers have been extended, 22 positions are in the interview and selection process, and additional 35 selections are with human capital for processing. There's currently 4 open announcements, which does not sound like a lot, but it is more than there's been in years. What I'm trying to say is we take this issue very seriously of staffing, because what matters to me from a staff perspective is that the staff is able to execute on the monies that Congress has provided, and when we have fewer staff, that is more challenging. So I don't remember if there was something else in your question that I should answer.
Okay, thank you. As co-chairman of the Solar Caucus, I'm fully aware of the benefits that renewable energy solutions can have on consumers, businesses, and on the environment. Nevertheless, I do not believe that it's appropriate for the federal government to pick winners and losers in the market. How does EERE ensure that it's not picking winners and losers in the market while simultaneously fulfilling its mission to support the United States leadership in the global clean energy economy through the many research and development initiatives?
2 ways. First of all, there is an emphasis on early stage research. On early stage research, particularly things such as materials research, that is pre-competitive research. That is research that we think can help all parties in the solar area. Also, that the funding opportunity announcements, when those go out, by focusing on early to mid stage and then partnering with the private sector for later stage, we are working through that process. So we're not trying to pick a winner or loser for the company, but advancing technology. And so by focusing on advancing technology, I think that helps us do a good job of not picking winners and losers.
Well, I want to applaud your efforts in that, because yes, the private sector is a competitiveness. That's what made this country so great, that this president is trying to get through a Congress that has been unwilling to listen to many of them. Run out of time. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. And the chair will now recognize Mr. Byer for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, very much.